I just woke up and had the craziest dream. It's like 3 o'clock, by the way. I had a nap. I woke up really early. Voice crack. Oh, look at Lola. If you couldn't tell, the video quality is different from the last. The reason for that is because after looking at the previous video, looking at the quality, and I just didn't like it. It looked the fisheye. I just didn't like it. So I'm gonna stick with my phone. Plus, I have an iPhone. iPhones have good cameras. That's why I bought the iPhone. So I'm gonna use the iPhone. Look at you. Look at you. She's fat too. She's a fatty. Anyway, I just wanted to start recording because I did say I was gonna start recording more, a lot more. So that's why I'm recording. Plus, I just had the craziest dream. The craziest dream. 2-hour dream. Basically, well, the dream wasn't 2 hours. I slept for 2 hours. But basically, what happened was, it starts off, me and my dad were in Mexico. We're driving on the freeway with like a friend. Let's say he's a friend. So we're just driving down the freeway, all normal, right? Just kind of going through, just kind of swerving through traffic. And a cop puts his lights behind us. So in any normal situation, right, we would pull over and see what's up because we weren't doing anything. But for some reason, this guy driving, this friend, quotes in quotations, quoting myself, this friend decides to drive off and speed off, trying to lose him. This cop is not going anywhere, by the way. He's like right behind us and he's trying to lose him. We're in like this SUV, old as hell. We're not going anywhere. But he starts to drive off, even shooting at the officer, shooting at the cop. He like turns around and shoots at him, hits his windshield. That's when the cop kind of slows down and backs away. So we get away. That's how we get away. We end up arriving to this little town that we're staying in. And we pull up to my grandma's house, which is really just my kitchen. We pull up to my grandma's house. We say what's up. We hang out for a little bit. Like nothing happened somehow, some way. And my grandma, she notices that someone's outside. So she goes outside. And there's a car like right in front of the door. She goes outside and she gets in the car. And I'm like, what the heck is she doing? I'm like, is she going to leave or where's she going? So I stay in the house. My grandma comes out. She's like, hey, come on, guys, get out of the car. Or get into the car. She's talking to me and my dad. And I'm like, okay. So we get in the car. As soon as we get in the car, there's a guy in the passenger side, but not sitting in the seat, like sitting facing all the passengers, including the people in the back, with a shotgun, pointing at a shotgun at me. And I'm like, yo, why do you have a shotgun for? What's up with that? He's like, oh, I don't want you guys to run away or get away. And we're like, well, if you just come here and tell us to get in the car, normally we'll get in, which was not true because fucking he was just crazy just now. But we got in the car, right? Start driving off again, and same thing, back onto the freeway, and he stops aiming the shotgun at us. We talk him down. As we're driving, we get pulled over again, but this time he decides, oh, you know what, let's pull over. So he pulls over, right, and we're waiting there. The cops come up, we open the window, but as we pull up, there's a guy in front of us, buried in the ground, like on the side of the road with an X on it. And we're all like, what the hell? So as soon as the cops come to our window, we tell the cops like, yo, there's someone like in front of us. So they completely forget about us. They go to the guy. So we're thinking, oh, we're free to go. And so the cops are sitting there. They're about to help the guy get out of that hole. And something throws a grenade at the back of all the cops, and it blows up right in front of us. Like, we're in the car and it's right in front of us. It blows up. So, you know, we're all, you know, we get out of the car. One of the cops, his 2 arms were missing. He was screaming. The other one, his like whole chest was all like on fire. Not on fire, but it was all like burnt. He's taking off his shirt. He's like, I need medic, something like that. And, you know, so all the cops are freaking out. We're freaking out, but we're completely fine. No one was hurt. And that's when I start looking around and I'm like, where the hell did that grenade come from? And I look up above to my left, which is also the car's to my left, the side of the road, and there's a bunch of mountains and trees. And I'm like, oh, they probably threw it from those mountains up there. And well, they're basically hills, because you know how the hell are you gonna throw a whole ass grenade from a mountain? But I'm like, they're probably from up there. And they're like, nah, it couldn't be from up there. And right in front of us, there's a bridge as well, like the road. There's a bridge on the road, and to the left of that bridge is like the swampy type water area. What you could definitely step into, but there's water. It's like swampy. And I'm like, oh, you know what? He was probably underneath that bridge. And they start checking. They're like, nah, there's nothing up there. And they see this like hole, a bunch of water like can go through it. It's like a sewage hole almost. One of the cops was like, oh, they're probably in there. So he comes down, climbs down. He jumps in the hole, and as soon as he hits the water in the hole, he's like, ah! He screams and he sinks into the hole, which was funny. It was comedic. But that's when we're like, what the hell? And we're sitting there, we're looking around, and then it's like a spiritual voice going, "Sácate," or it's like, "Sácate a la verga," something like that. It's like, get the fuck out of here. And it's like a spiritual ghost voice just in the air. And we're all like, and we start running down the road, including the cop, me and my dad and the cop. So it's just us three at that point. We're running, and then out of nowhere it changes to like, we're running down this like apartment stairs. So we're running down these stairs, and I find these pictures of my family, so I pick them up. And I'm like, oh, and I keep dropping them, and I keep picking them up. Because I don't want to lose them. I'm like, what if I die from like some cartel or some policeman? I want them to at least see my family, know that I'm a human being or something like that. I think that's my thought process at the time. But yeah, we're running. Next thing you know, we make it to our house. Like here in America, we make it to our house. We're in the front. Me and my dad are like, oh, finally we're safe. So we're calming down. And again, another cop walks up to us. We're like, oh, here we go again. But this time, I think that same friend is still there. He comes up. The cop comes up. And he's like, he starts talking to us. He's like, hey, what's going on, guys? And we're, oh, nothing. We're just sitting here. You know, we're talking to him. And then my daddy tries to stray the conversation, just try to stray it to where it's not directed or has any information to the cop so the cop can go away, which worked. The cop finally leaves, and that's when we're like, oh, thank God the cop is gone. And then the dream ends. I wake up sweating and my neck hurt, and I told my dad because it was a crazy dream. Plus I wanted to remember it. So yeah, that was my dream. The reason I wanted to tell you is because I'm making content. Plus I feel like it was pretty cool and interesting. Someone could animate it or something like that. That'd be awesome. If I could animate it, that would be awesome. But yeah, there's my dream. I just wanted to share that for you real quick, just to have the content flowing and, you know, all that. Well, I hope you enjoyed my dream. If you like videos like this, story times as well, I could do story. I have a bunch of funny stories, sad story, all that stuff, ghost stories. So if you want to hear any of that, just let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe as well, because I'm starting to do this. So yeah, awesome. Bye.